pressure. Double up the work, let's make it extra. Working so my mother get a rest, yeah. Working like I never knew I'm blessed, yeah. Every single day I feel the pressure. Diamonds in my eyes, I know I'm special. In the gym, I gotta get working. I can't leave it on the chance, let's make it certain. Yeah, I had to lose it out of my.
What's up everyone, Katie from MB Tennis. Hope you guys are doing great today. Today, we're gonna talk about some strings and specifically this string, which is called Toroline Super Toro. So stick around so you do not miss what I have to say about it. Before we jump into this Toroline Super Toro video, do not forget to like and subscribe. We have a lot of good videos on this channel and a lot of good ones to come. We're working hard on the channel, so if you guys want to support the channel, you can of course like and view and subscribe to the channel, but you also can use the super thanks button if you want to go above and beyond. But also we have lots of affiliate links and discount codes in the description that you guys can use as well, so please check those out if you're interested. So this is Toroline Super Toro. So you guys might be like, dang, Cade is on the Toroline kick right now. And yes, I am, because they make a great product, and I'm not just saying that, they do. So today we're going to be focusing on Toroline Super Toro. You guys know that I have reviewed Toroline K Pro and also the new Toroline K Pop, I think they're saying, which is the caviar and then the pink wasabi. I didn't do an actual review on the K Pop because it's the same setup. But I did test it. So for people that are out there, there is a little bit of a difference, but K-pop is just with the pink wasabi instead of the gray. But enough about K-Pro and K-pop. We're talking about Super Toro today. And guys, I'm changing strings. I'm changing to Toroline Super Toro. So I'm excited to tell you guys why I am and what makes the string so amazing and so underrated. So I've been using this string for the last few weeks now. I talked to Toroline about a string that was similar to Confidential and what kind of they had to offer. And they said their closest one to Confidential, since I really do love Confidential, is this Super Toro. Now, the only thing that's different about the Super Toro line is it's a 17 gauge. So I have been using 16 gauge, excuse me, for a very long time. So even these little changes can feel different. And I can tell you that I did notice a difference, but it was for the better. You guys know that I've recently made a video about Solinco Confidential I think it might be 2 months ago, maybe a month ago. And I do love that string, but guys, this one is better and I will be switching to it. In fact, I already have. I have plenty of it here in my hand, and I'm gonna tell you guys what made me wanna switch. So I tried it out because, like I said, I wanted to try a string that Toroline had to offer that was, you know, close to my Confidential. And this was the closest one they had. I tried it out at my own tension at 50 pounds, and right off the bat, I liked it. I feel like sometimes you try string, you kind of like it in the beginning and you play with it for a few hours, maybe the tension maintenance goes down, you might break it or whatever, and you end up not liking it. Or you start out with it and you don't like it and then you end up liking it, or it's kind of a love at first sight like I had with this Super Toro, and I still do like this string, and that is why I'm going to switch to it. So what makes it so amazing? For me, it offers everything that Confidential offers, plus some crispiness. So what do I mean by that? I have the same sort of predictable feeling I get with Confidential, but I get it with this, with some crisp. So I'll do my best to explain what that is. So when I'm playing with Confidential, I feel like it's very predictable. I know where it's going. I know how hard I need to swing for a poly. It's on the deader side. It gives me good spin. I know exactly what I'm doing right and wrong when I'm making contact with the ball. Sometimes strings can be very unpredictable. They have super high launch angles, or they have a super low launch angle, or whatever that may be. Confidential was always very predictable for me, and this offers that. Now, the one thing that it is a little bit different than the Confidential is I feel like I'm able to get some more spin, some more power, and also better depth. So this is a 6-sided string, and the texture is actually kind of similar to Confidential. I would say maybe a bit more smoother. It only comes in this blue color, I think, as of now, but maybe not. Maybe they'll bring a new color in, which I would be interested in trying in. But it really is very solid. Like, it's not doing anything poorly for me right now. The big thing for me is the access to depth, and it's giving me all of that while still maintaining that predictability. Sometimes when I'm playing with certain strings, it's got great power, it's giving me the depth, but then when I swing out, I'm like, I don't know where it's gonna go, and it doesn't give me that kind of security blanket feeling. Where this has that, like my Confidential did, but it adds the extra spice in there. It gives me a little bit of extra power, it gives me a little bit of extra spin, and that could be because of the 17 gauge as well. And then I know people are gonna say, why didn't you try, 17 gauge in Confidential? You might notice a difference. And you're right, but it's not just the 17 gauge, I think. I've played 17 gauge Confidential in the past a few times, and I didn't get what I'm getting out of this right now, the Super Toro. So it is very, very solid. If you're somebody that's kind of in the market for a poly string that's on the stiffer side, this is pretty stiff. I wouldn't say super stiff, but it's on the stiffer side. You definitely want to try this one out. It's an absolute sleeper. I also think Confidential is a sleeper as well. I'm tending to gravitate towards strings that are underrated, I think. Maybe that's just fluke, or I don't know. Maybe I just like certain strings that are similar, but this Super Toro really does everything well. On the back, there's just a lot of pop to it as well, especially we've moved into indoors and I've played with my Confidential and the Super Toro. I feel like I'm getting some loud pops out of this Super Toro in my Radical, and it sounds so good. Not that I'm changing for a string just for the sound, but that's a nice little extra feature. But from the back, I really can't complain. Like I said, the depth it's there. It's really there. And sometimes when I'm changing strings, I'm nervous. I might, lose it on some touch and feel shots like slices or drop shots. If anything, it's even better. With the 17 gauge, I really feel it on my racket on the string bed when I'm making contact. Like, I can literally feel it come in and out of the string bed. Sometimes with my Confidential, it's so dead, and I don't know if I'm articulating or saying this right, but feels like I can't really feel it come out of the string bed. I can kind of get it with this Super Toro. So I mean, like, I can't really complain about anything from the back or touch and feel shots like volleys or anything like that. The other thing that this string does very, very well is the elasticity and the snapback of this string is by far the best I've ever played with, ever. When I'm moving a string on the string bed, it's literally moving back into its place like so easily. And that might sound so weird, but it is something that I do have with my Confidential or other poly strings sometimes after a couple hours of play, or even right off of the stringer. Sometimes polyester strings lose their snapback properties quickly, and this Super Toro holds its snapback literally right up until I broke it. There's some parts in the string bed that were maybe getting a little loose or it didn't snap back as well at the end of its life, but I must say it did like an excellent job right up until I broke it. And this is the first string, and this is why I'm switching, and this is how you know when you want to switch, is when I was breaking this string, I was upset. So I wanted to keep playing with it, and I didn't want to play with my Confidential. So then and there for me, I know I'm switching. I know I like it. So the elasticity and the snapback with this string is incredible. If we're talking about serves and stuff, It's giving me that little extra pop as well that I like on a flat serve once in a while. Sometimes, like I said, with my Confidential, it's 16 gauge. I can't maybe get as much zip on it as maybe this. And I think that's, you know, the properties that this string has to offer, but also it's a 17 gauge. The only downside, if I'm comparing my switch here, is maybe the Super Toro is gonna lack a little bit of durability compared to my Confidential since it's the 16 to 17 gauge transition. However, once again, I'm pretty impressed with the durability with this one, even though it's a 17 gauge. I don't think it's lasting quite as long as my Confidential, maybe like a little bit less, like I'm talking like 2 hours max. Yeah, this is lasting a good amount of time, and its playability is really good straight through. So sometimes with my Confidential, the playability can go down at the end since it will hold for so long without breaking, where this, it might break earlier, but the playability lasts right up until the end. So very, very happy with this string, and I am switching, and I'm very excited. I will continue to string it at 50 pounds, and I might even tinker, you know, maybe playing with it at a higher tension, maybe a 54, 52 hybrid kind of stringing tension there, maybe not putting it in a hybrid string, but like hybrid tension setup. So 54, 52, 52, 54, 50, 52, maybe something like that. But right now I'm just very happy with it at 50 pounds. So I'll probably continue to keep it like that. But guys, this is Tourline Super Toro 17 gauge. It's blue. Tourline's making a lot of good products. Some people in the comments might be like, hey, Cade, you know, it's all marketing and da 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 da. It's really not. They're making a good product, and I'm switching because I like it, and I really do think you guys should check out this Super Toro. They also have some other great strings as well. They have the hybrid setup that Karu's using. If you want to try straight caviar, you can do that as well. Wasabi is also a good string. And then they even have like the Ether and Wasabi X, which I play tested also in like a hybrid setup. I didn't do a review on that, but maybe I can if you guys would like to see that. But this is Super Toro. I'm switching to it. You guys need to try it. You can try it in a full bed or a hybrid. I didn't even try it in a hybrid yet because I just love it so much in the full bed. So really hard to find something negative to say about this string, and that's why I'm switching. It's just overall so crispy. So thank you guys for stopping by. This is Super Toro. Thanks again, Tourline, for making a good product, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.